When the storm comes, where do you run? A great flood can sweep everything away. But faith, when placed in the right hands, can keep you standing, even in the swirling waters. The power of nature no one can truly predict, but the hand of God, strong and faithful from every disaster. Don't wait until everything falls apart. Pray today, lift your cry to heaven. Don't stay silent, don't underestimate the power of the spiritual realm. Only through surrender, only through holy reverence will you find true protection. If you're afraid, if you feel small before the storm, come to God. Trust in Him. Even in the fiercest storm He remains your unshakable refuge. When the sky turns dark, where do you run? When the sirens scream, when the floodwaters rise, when fear squeezes your chest in the middle of the night, where does your heart go? Do you run toward panic or toward peace? Toward the news or toward the cross? Many of us prepare for the storm outside. We buy supplies, we board up windows, we check the forecast, but how many of us prepare for the spiritual storms? Because not every storm comes with wind and rain. Some come in silence, through a phone call that breaks your heart, through a diagnosis you never expected, through betrayal, through loss, through a fear that refuses to let go. And in those moments we all need a shelter. Anchor your heart in the Word of God. Psalm 91, verses 1 and 2 says, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust." What a beautiful promise, but notice the action in that promise. It doesn't say he who visits, or he who remembers God when the flood comes. It says he who dwells, the one who lives there, who abides, who builds their life beneath the covering of the Almighty. That is the kind of faith we are praying for today. A faith that doesn't sway with the wind. A trust that doesn't depend on sunshine or calm skies. You see, God never promised a life without storms. But He did promise this: when you pass through the waters I will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. Isaiah 43 verse 2. Not if but when storms are certain, but being swept away is not your destiny. So today, we come to God, not in fear, but in surrender. We bring no answers, only open hearts. We bring our homes, our children, our fears, even our broken places, and we lay it all down at the feet of the one who still calms the wind and walks on the sea. This moment is not just a prayer, it's a turning point, a clear line between fear and faith. So take a deep breath, let the noise of the world fade for just a moment, and whisper in your heart, "Lord, I want to dwell in you, not just today but forever. Be my shelter, be my fortress, be my peace in every storm. Because the rain may fall, the waters may rise, but the house built on the rock will never collapse." And if you're listening right now, then the rock is waiting for you. Come, let's begin to pray. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning, not with strength but with a heart that longs to be covered. Not with polished words, but with a simple, honest cry. Please place your hand, your powerful, loving, and faithful hand over my home and over everyone I love. Lord, there is so much I cannot control. I cannot stop the storm. I cannot hold back the flood. I cannot guarantee tomorrow, but this I know, you can. You can cover, you can guard, you can build a heavenly hedge around us, just like you covered the homes of Israel with the blood of the Lamb on their doorposts. Do the same with my house, Lord. I ask not only for physical protection, but for spiritual peace. Guard our minds from the noise of the world. Protect our children from fear, from confusion, from harm. Pour harmony into every marriage in this house. Pour forgiveness and the heart to serve one another. I invite you, Lord, into every room, the living room, the bedrooms, the places we eat, work, and rest. I don't want just a house. I long for a holy place, a place filled with your presence. A place where, when the storm comes, I know I'm not alone. Father, there are nights I lie down with 100 worries in my mind. Moments when I hide my fear from my family, just to seem strong. But you see it all. You hear the words I never say. And you, the one who knows every hair on my head, have never taken your eyes off us. Lord, I ask you to guard us not just from disaster, but from hard hearts, from doubt, from bitterness. Keep us from accidents, from illness, from unseen enemies. Slow our steps before temptation. Pull us out before we even know we're drowning. Lord, please build a holy circle of protection around my house, like the fire that surrounded Elisha and his servant on the mountain. Let me know this deep in my soul. Even if we're surrounded, those who are with us are far greater than those who are against us. Send your angels, Lord, to guard each one in this family, as they go out and as they come in, when they rise and when they sleep. Watch over every dream, every thought, every action, and even the things yet to come. And if there's anything in me, in my life, in my home, that opens the door to darkness, reveal it, Lord. Break it, cleanse it, so that our home is not only covered, but completely surrendered to you. I do not pray for safety, just to live longer. I pray that this home would live for eternal purpose. Let every person here love you more, reverence you more, hear your voice more clearly. Lord, you are my refuge, and if there is any place to run in times of trouble, it is into your arms. Place your hand, Lord, over every member of my family, whether near or far, strong or weak, firm in faith or still wandering. I place them now under the full covering of the Creator. And now I grow quiet before you. I'm not rushing. I let my soul settle to listen, to feel, and to trust that you are here. Cover me, Lord. Cover my home. Under the shadow of your wings we rest. When I am afraid, Lord, be my peace. Dear Lord, I confess there are moments when I am afraid. Not the loud kind of fear, but the quiet kind that eats away at the heart. Not panic, but a deep, slow angst in the soul. I fear what I cannot see. I fear what may come. I fear loss, pain, and all that is beyond my control. But today I won't hide anymore. I place that fear into your hands. I place my trembling heart into your steady presence. When the winds roar, when the floods rise in my mind, Lord, be my peace. When voices of doubt surround me, when darkness presses hard against my faith, be my light, be my truth, deep within. When I worry about my family, about my work, about tomorrow, remind me you are already there. You've gone ahead of me, prepared the way, watched over every step. Nothing escapes your sight. Lord, there are nights I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, imagining every worst-case scenario. I try to hold it all together, but I only feel more tired, because I forget only you are truly in control. Your word says, I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. John 16:33. Jesus, you never promised that I would be spared from trouble. You never denied the storms, but you declared something stronger. You have already overcome. And if you have overcome the world, then I don't have to be defeated by fear. If you walked upon the waves, then I can step out of my safe boat and trust you. So I ask, Lord, pour peace into my soul like rain on dry ground. Pour stillness into the chaos. Pour hope into every broken place. I pray not only for myself, but for everyone listening to this prayer. For the one struggling with anxiety, give them stillness. For the one tossing in the night, sing your song of rest over them. For the one in despair, show them there is still one who listens. Lord, when I run out of words, give me holy silence. When I can't even pray, let your Spirit pray for me. When my heart aches, hold me in your arms. Because true peace doesn't come from the situation. True peace doesn't come from bank accounts or the morning headlines. True peace comes from one who never changes. Teach me to pause in the middle of all the busyness, to find you. Teach me to breathe slow, to look up and remember. I don't have to do everything, I just need to surrender. And when I feel weak, pressured, or overwhelmed, remind me, I don't have to be strong, because you promised that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. So Lord, I lay my hands down, I rest my soul in your embrace, and I say this slowly, deeply, with all my heart, you are my peace, you are the rest of my family. Though the storm outside still rages within me, you are my eternal stillness. We trust you, even in the flood. Lord, there are times I don't understand. I don't understand why the storm came. I don't understand why the flood keeps rising. I don't understand why the prayers seem unanswered. But today, even when I don't understand, I choose to believe. Even though the waters have reached the edge, even though my life feels like a boat tossed on the waves, I still declare, you are my fortress, you are my solid rock. Lord, I may not see a way out, but I know you are the way. Maybe my situation won't change immediately, but I believe you are changing me from the inside little by little. I surrender, not because I have no options, but because I've realized you are the only way. Lord, help me believe that your hand is still reaching even when I can't feel it. Believe that your promise still stands even when my emotions shake. Believe that your plan is good, even when I don't understand. Remind me, faith is not a feeling, it's a choice. And today, I choose to trust you, even while my heart trembles. He who makes the Lord his refuge, who makes the Most High his dwelling place, no harm will overtake him, no disaster will come near his tent. Psalm 91, 9-10. Lord, I choose to place my trust in the Almighty, not because I'm perfect, but because you are faithful, not because I deserve it, but because you are full of mercy. I pray, even if the water rises high, let my faith rise higher. Even if everything around me shakes, let my heart remain steady in you. Let every tear not be wasted, but become a seed, sown in the soil of hope. Let the darkest days not drive me away, but anchor me deeper into your promise. Lord, if the storm continues, then break the chains of fear inside me. If the path remains rough, then shake my heart, according to your good will. I don't need to know the future, I only need to know you go before me. I don't need to know when the storm will end, I only need to know you are still in the boat. Give me a bold faith, one that does not shake with the waves, a faith that looks up, not around, a faith that prays, not complains, a faith that rests, not resists. Lord, I surrender. I give you everything, this heart, this family, this storm. I place it all in your hands, the hands that formed the heavens, that parted the Red Sea, that lifted Jonah from the fish's belly, that have held me all these years. I'm not running from the storm, I'm running toward you. Help me remember, faith isn't escaping the storm, it's standing strong with you in the storm. And if today I can still whisper this prayer, then I believe you're still holding my hand tight. Father, in the roar of wind, of waves of fear, let me hear just one voice, soft but mighty. Do not fear, I am with you, and with that I will sleep in peace, I will live in strength, I will walk forward. Not because the storm is gone, but because I am hidden in you, where nothing can shake me. The lesson from the shelter of God. Lord, as I look back on the journey behind me, the whispered prayers in the night, the silent sobs, the trembling steps through the storm, I realize this, it was in your shelter that I learned my deepest lessons. I learned that true peace is not the absence of storms, but your presence in the middle of them, that hope doesn't come from everything being easy, but from knowing you never leave. I've come to understand that faith isn't just a feeling we feel in worship, but a daily choice to trust you, even when we feel nothing. In the shelter of the Lord, I wasn't just safe, I was transformed, from a fearful soul into someone who knows where to hide, from a fragile heart into one that stands bold in faith. Lord, the greatest lesson I've learned is that you didn't wait for me to escape the storm. You were there all along, in the flood, in the thunder, in the thickest darkness. There were moments I thought I was alone, but in that silence, I heard your voice clearer than ever before. Be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Father, teach me to live in that holy stillness, not always chasing answers, but resting in your presence. Help me take shelter in you, not just in trouble, but also in the calm, so that every day becomes a living act of worship. And now I want to speak to the heart of anyone listening. Dear friend, if you're in a storm, don't let it pull you away from God. Let it push you deeper into His presence. Don't just pray for the storm to stop. Pray for Him to teach you how to hide in Him while it rages. And if you're in a peaceful season, don't forget to build your shelter now. Don't wait for the rain to go searching for a roof. Because the greatest lesson I learned in the shelter is that God is the shelter. Not a place, not just a promise, but a living, breathing relationship. I commit to living with a new mindset, not just someone who survives the storm, but someone who is transformed by it, to become more like Jesus. Because I know, in all things God is working for good, for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. And now, as this prayer grows still, I don't leave the shelter, I carry it with me. The house may shake, the world may change, but my heart is set on you, my fortress that cannot be shaken. If this prayer touched your heart, please share it, subscribe, and come back to pray with us again each day. Because no matter what tomorrow brings, God is still your shelter, and the shelter of your family.